In this video, we're going to find the solutions to this cubic equation. To help me do that, I'm going to use my graph and table of values to help me find where I should synthetically divide so I can factor this function. So I'm going to start by looking at my table. So I go to the table. You will notice the values here, -7, -6, these y values all appear to be highly negative. So I'm going to arrow and just arrow till I see the sign change. And we're going still negatives. Oh, we just went to positive. So it looks to me like I have a 0 somewhere between 4 and 5. And let's keep looking here. And it looks like my graph's going to just keep going up from there. So I'm going to look for some value between 4 and 5. So I'm going to go ahead and change my window. Excuse me, my window. There we are. And my x-min, I'm going to go to 4. My x-max, I'm going to go to 5. I'm going to say graph. And there it is. So now I'm going to say second calculate. My 0, something to the left, hit enter. And I notice my y value is negative. Now I'm going to go to the right, something positive, hit enter. And there we go, 4.5 looks like my answer. So I'm going to go ahead and say, does 4.5 make sense? So let's look at our factors of 81. So factors of 81 would be, let's see here, 1 and 81, 2, nope, 3. Does 3 go into that? Well, yes, it does. Let's think about that. 81 divided by 3, 2, 6, 2, 1, 7. 27. Okay. Does 4 go into 81? No. 5? No. 6? No. 7? No. 8? No. 9? 9? Yes. Okay, so there's my factors of 81. Now we're going to look at the factors of 2. So factors of 2, that would be 1 and 2. And so we already said we believe our number is 4.5, so therefore we're looking for 9 halves, and yes, I absolutely have that as a ratio, so this makes sense to my rational roots theorem. So we are going to synthetically divide by 9 halves. So here we go, 2, -9, 18, -81. We're going to make sure we have every degree represented. X cubed, x squared, x to the first, no x's. Perfect. Synthetic divide. 9 halves times 2 would be 9. -9 plus 9 makes 0. 0 times that makes 0. That adds together to make 18. 18 times 9 halves. Well, 18 divided by 2 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. That adds together to make 0. So we have our factors. We have our factors. So we're going to go ahead and remember, we don't write this as 9 halves. No, no, no. We have to write this as if it were x equals 9 halves. So when we solve this, we'd multiply both sides by 2. So that would give me 2x equals 9. Now we're going to subtract the 9 to the other side, giving us 2x minus 9 equals 0. So there's our factor. So 2x minus 9. Then remember, when you are dividing by 2, all of these numbers are going to be divided by 2 for our factors. So that's going to be x squared plus 9 is our other factor. So now you can see we have one answer that's going to come from 2x minus 9. We have another answer that's going to come from x squared plus 9. So when we set each of these equal to 0, we'll get our answers. And here you'll see we have x equals 9 halves. And then over here we're going to have x squared equals -9. So the square root of both sides would be x, x equals plus or minus the square root of -9. So x equals plus or minus 3i. And we have our 3 answers. So finally we can say x equals 9 halves, 3i, and -3i.